Hi, welcome to Module 1 of the Folktales, Fairy Tales course. In Module 1, we will be looking at the morphology of the folktale. We'll be starting to look at the underpinnings of folktales and the structure of those tales. In addition to which, we will also be looking at analogues to the tale. You'll begin to look at the basic academic prose that accompanies this course. And you'll start with one essay by Vladimir Prop called The Morphology of the Folktale. And those of you bio majors will know what the morphology is. It's basically what we would call in the folktale world the underpinnings, the structure of those tales, the commonalities of those tales. And so we'll be looking at Vladimir Prop's essay, which is somewhat dense, and you'll be looking at only parts of the essay, not the entire thing. But most of this course material is going to be really based upon academic discourse on the topic of the folktale and the fairy tale. We'll also be looking at Vladimir Prop's morphology, as I said, but looking at how others have taken that notion that there are structures embedded in these tales that are common to all tales. And to that end, there's what is known as the ATU index. And the ATU index is the Arn Thompson Utter index. And this is an index that was created over time to look at just those very structures and to look at the commonalities that tales may share from around the world. For example, if we were to look at Little Red Riding Hood, and we will be in this course eventually, but if we were to look at Little Red Riding Hood and we're to look at the idea of her as a trickster figure, which in some renditions of Little Red Riding Hood she is, and we'll talk more about that later. But this trickster figure also appears in fairy tales for India, South America, China, I mean all over the world. Now the trickster figure will function in very much the same way, right? Something it's just a wily character that gets itself out of trouble. And you'll see that in India it could be an elephant, it could be a snake in Venezuela, it could be Little Red Riding Hood, a little girl in the German tales. And they're very vastly different characters, obviously, but they have these commonalities. And so what ATU Index does is it gives scholars and us a way to look at the analogues to the tales that we're studying in this course. And you'll be called upon to begin to familiarize yourself with that and indeed apply some of those indexes to some of the tales that we're studying. So I think that's really much it. We will obviously be doing a lot of writing because it's an online course, and I look forward to getting to know you a bit better. Thanks.